very hard to follow midfield around here.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, extra. I love the way these guys are backing up now, sprinting to get out of the way. Okay, so we're just waiting for the red lights to come on. And so we have 5 on. 5 out and go.
Oh, Rogan. Mate, he used to be the worst starter on the national superbike scene, and that was amazing. That was a good start.
That was a blinder. He was off, and
he's off and running.
And he was 0.25 of a second quicker off the line than Dave Sharp, considering he's probably about 5 or 6 feet behind Dave Sharp.
Ooh,
well, somebody's going right out.
Well, Craig Coleman.
Right out there.
He is off, Craig Coleman.
Okay, so.
But man, Rogan is off. He's put his head down and he is gone.
Okay, into the hairpin they go, and it is Chandler from Sharp, and then Bloomfield, Langdon. Yeah, you're right, Bays is gone. So.
Yeah, he's got a bit of a lead. We'll see the superbike put its legs to the ground here as he down that centre straight. Pulling, that's got to be at least a second and a half, maybe even 2 seconds lead he's got already after 4 corners, which is pretty impressive already.
Yeah, but 400cc bigger.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, I mean, as the Yanks say, there ain't nothing. There's no replacement for displacement. Yeah, so, and up the hill they come. Those 600s though are very impressive bikes.
Yeah. I mean, you only have to look at the lap times around here, and I think it might be, we haven't got down to 3s for a while, I don't think, superbike-wise, but you're only looking a second, maybe 2 seconds between the best 600s to ever go around here and the best superbikes. So, yeah, no, just like, as you can see, like, there's not that much between them, but obviously enough to you'd want to be on a superbike around here.
Well, it's usually, I mean, the biggest thing with them is punch out of the corners.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, it's just that torque out of corner. Having said that, though, we've got a 600 leading, you know, convincingly.
Rogan is one of our top quality 600 riders, obviously. Always there or thereabouts the front of the field in the 600 class, and Dave getting better and better. But Rogan's probably really good for him to chase down and to make sure he comes away with the win on the big superbike.
So we're looking at this pack coming through here now, and that would be from 6 back. That's Spencer Langdon, Luke Temple, Stephen Leggett, William Crosby, Lars Bush and Moller, and Patrick Ansted, all in one big group together.
Yeah, Rogan 0.6. Oh, right on the white line, Marcus Reed Bloomfield. Jeepers, that was right out. You don't want to get anywhere near that grass, mate. Stay away from it. Coming out of the last corner, but Rogan fastest first and second sectors of the lap down to a 6.5, and that is quick on a 600. That is, it's getting pretty quick middle of winter. That's pretty close to national level pace. You want to see that. It's a second quicker than Dave was that lap, so he's really pushing, that's for sure. Fastest first sector again from Rogan. So
I'll tell you what, he is. Yeah, but he's right out on the white line everywhere.
Yeah.
I mean, look at this. Watch him come out of here. He's right. Yeah, there was not a lot of hair's breadth between that and the ripple strip.
Yeah.
You know, and
you can tell a really good rider, apart from other riders, is how smooth their lines are if it's a big circle going into corners and out into the white line on the way out. White line to white line, when you're on the gas the most, you can tell.
I'll tell you what, though, I mean, I must admit, I don't think I'd like to be on that ripple strip if I was on a bike.
No, it's pretty bumpy.
It's because I was actually doing some driver training here the other day in an Aston Martin Vantage, and that's really nasty out there.
6 flat from Rogan. That is cooking. Mate, he's cooking.
He is going quick, isn't he?
Dave still has the fastest last sector, but that'll be the 2 long straights between them, keeping that down. But Dave himself down to a 6.7, which is it's a great time on a superbike. It just goes to show how much Rogan is pushing to get into the 6s here, which is that's quick. He's put a bit of distance between him and Dave, and he's going to try and manage this 2 second lead for the rest of the race.
He's hanging on.
For sure he's hanging on.
Okay, he's dropped down into the dipper, and he's got a nice line through here. Look at that.
Yeah.
Yes, and he's just misses the ripple strip right out on the X, and that little bit of extra
curve, yeah.
tar seal that's out there. And but those two, well, they've just gapped.
Dave is getting quicker and quicker as these laps go on, and so he might be able to get pretty close time-wise to Rogan this tap, and we can see if this 2 second gap is going to be too big for him to claw back, or if Rogan will be able to manage this to the end.
Actually, then again, you look at Marcus Reed Bloomfield there on the Augusta 676. He's not doing too bad.
No, I mean Marcus has been around a couple years, but I've never seen never seen this sort of pace out of him, so this is really encouraging to see. I mean, 9s on a 600 is definitely nothing to be scoffed at, so well done. I think this is maybe his first year on the MV, so well done.
It's actually nice to see some of those old bike names back, the MV Augusta and the, I think there's a Triumph Daytona out there. Yeah, there is a Triumph Daytona out there as well.
Yeah, they were the pick of the bikes, the Triumphs a couple of years ago, and to see them here in the North Island, especially I think Dennis Charlotte campaigned a couple of really quick Triumphs.
That's right, he did, yep.
Those bright orange fluoro ones for a couple of years, and to see them up here in the North Island is pretty encouraging.
So, well, we've got your BMWs out there today, though.
No, I know well, obviously M1 Motorsport is most famous for running them. There's the Aprilias. Oh, there is actually a BMW out there. John Arnold was riding one.
Oh, yes, there is, right, yeah.
One of the stars of our beers.
Oh, no, sorry, actually, Avon Abraham's got one as well.
Yeah.
So there's a couple.
Multi-talented old John. I've seen him on that S1000 and then just straight onto a supermoto bike on the same day. Probably at Whanganui, I think I saw that.
I'm just trying to find our lead bike again.
Still a bit of a gap. I think Dave's dropped off the pace a little bit, about a second slower that lap. But Rogan is really consistent in those low 6s, which you love to see, which is really impressive.
Must be
to keep that going as the race goes on. It's obviously good training. Like obviously we're all, these top boys will be here just to learn the track and obviously setup wise, see what works, what doesn't, as they come into the national season to get better and better. Coming around the last corner, we've got Rogan, who's almost out to a 4-second lead. It will be this lap. It looks like Dave's probably given up chasing. I think the white flag's out this moment. It looks like Rogan going to come across the line to take the win. Just really, it'll be really good to see from Rogan. Probably not.
Yep, he's just taking it there. Rogan Chandler just gone across the checkered flag.
He'll be pretty stoked not only with the win but the consistency.
Dave Sharp through in second.
Yeah, able to have the whole race and the low 6s.
5.7 seconds behind. So we're still waiting for third place to come across the line. And that'll be him now. That's Marcus Reed Bloomfield in the Augusta. And he was
holding off Craig on another 1,000, so it's another
nearly 14 seconds behind second place.
Yeah, another good battle to see between the 600 and the 1,000. Hamish Fox has stepped up to a 1,000 as well this season on the CBR. And comes across in 5th. Again, just good training, and especially when you're new to the bike and new to the class, it's just seat time really that you're going to see the improvements out of. So great to see Hamish out there doing some pretty good work ahead of Stephen Leggett, who's been around a long time on that Aprilia RSV4.
Okay, so let's just round out the top 10. So it was Rogan Chandler on the GSX 600 across the line first. 5.5 seconds behind him was Dave Sharp on the Kawasaki ZX-10R. And then we go back to another 14 seconds back to Marcus Reed Bloomfield on the MV Augusta. And then just very close behind him, just on 2 seconds behind, was Craig Coleman. Then it was Hamish Fox in the 106 is in 5th position. Then in 6th was Stephen Leggett on the Aprilia RS4, and biggest bike in the race actually, 1100. Then we go back to 7th position, Luke Temple, another Suzuki GSX R1000, and then 8th was William Crosby, another Suzuki, and 9th Spencer Langdon in the Yamaha, or on a Yamaha I should say, and Paul Jenkins round out the top 10 with the Kawasaki ZX 76R. So several different manufacturers in that top 10. Next up, we're going back to the start all over again. It'll be the juniors will be up next for their, now have you got any family in this one?